Support for Greater Chattanooga is provided by EPB Fiber Optics and Blood Assurance.
Chattanooga! Chattanooga! Chattanooga!
The group of us that started this 7 years ago were really interested in animating Finley Stadium. It's such a great venue.
We really started all this but for the love of the game and to try to grow soccer in Chattanooga and make Chattanooga a great soccer city. And the ambitions were not that great. We were really hoping to get maybe 500 people to a game. We kicked off that first season and had 1,500 people at the first game.
So there was a team 20 plus years ago called the Chattanooga Express,
which was a similar type team to the Chattanooga Football Club just about 20 something years ago.
And so back then, you just played because you loved to play. It's let's put our boots on and go play soccer in a much different venue and a much different time.
We're gonna do it.
I've been here since 2010, and that's when I started to come down, and loved it ever since. I think I've only missed about 2 games since 2011. And I think that's a big part of the game is the pre-match festivities. We're all known about having tailgates. We welcome everyone in. I mean, if you talk to any of the hooligans here, it's very much a family aspect.
Family. These guys are my family.
Here we go, pass and move.
I think my generation is probably the first generation of kids that grew up playing in this area. Those kids are all the decision-making adults now.
We've got a second generation of soccer, and that's really changed it. That and the infusion of different cultures and people coming into Chattanooga has also brought along with it the love of football.
I think it's a convergence of a lot of good things. I mean, look, I think this is soccer's moment in the United States.
It's fast-paced, it's physical, there's a huge display of skill. I hear over and over again that I can't believe how physical and athletic these guys are. I think we're starting to see the evolution of soccer in this country and Chattanooga, and we're benefiting from that right now.
Soccer is very much part of the conversation when it wasn't just a few years ago. It's basically the lowest division of American soccer, and you're not supposed to take it very seriously, but people in Chattanooga do.
If you're just a fan coming in for the first time, you can't help but be amazed and feel the energy from what's going on the field to what's going on in the stands.
We could not do what we do without the Chatahooligans. That is really the one thing that most notably sets us apart from a lot of our competitors in the NPSL.
If we can convince someone to come one time, they always come back, always. I've never had someone go, that was horrible, I'm never coming back. It's never happened. I'm kind of like I guess like social secretary almost, I guess. It's my job to make sure everyone's having fun.
They've had their fun at the tailgate, but it's time to work after that.
But I think for me, the most exciting part is the culmination, like the walking in. We've got all of our flags, we've got all of the drums.
When the drums come out, it's business time. It's time to get your game face on.
Roll through the main concourse and set up camp right behind the enemy bench. And it is all standing, all singing, no breaks for 90 minutes, 2 hours.
Fan support's everything. It's huge.
And certainly the players. I mean, the players love playing for the home crowd. It's exciting, adrenaline's pumping, and
there's this kind of virtuous circle between the players that come here, some of whom are international, none of whom have played in front of a crowd like this or ever seen this level of fan support. And they go back and they tell their friends, like, this is where you want to play. They come back and play, they put on a great product on the field, the fans love that, and then the whole cycle, repeats.
It's fun to say, like if you say Chattahooligan, like you just end up with a smile on your face. That's how I feel about it. The word hooligan, if you're in the know, it has a lot of ties to drunkenness and violence and bad behavior.
so to see those guys take it and not only make it positive, not negative.
We do not curse, we do not throw things, we're very family friendly on purpose.
But to turn it into what it has become has just been phenomenal.
We love to see different professions, different races, different creeds, all together. But when they come on a Saturday night to watch CFC play, everybody's coming together singing the same song. And that's just impressive to me.
That's an awesome feeling. Awesome feeling to have a couple hundred people marching, singing to the same drums, to the same beat, to the same song.
I showed up to a Chattanooga FC game towards the end of their first season in 2009. Came to the rest of the games that season, and in 2010 I was down in the hooligan section with everybody else. I serve as capo with the Chattanooga Hooligans. It's one of the things I do. We have several. I feel like a symphony conductor once in a while. Those when it's going really well. We treat the supporter section as serious business, and we're there to work.
We're here to make a lot of racket. We're here to make the other team miserable. The more miserable they are, the happier I am. People of Chattanooga are so community conscious that they see something, this is Chattanooga FC. So they're automatically going to come out and support it because they're representing our city.
Chattanoogans have like this intense civic pride about things that go on in town.
People that I know around Chattanooga are proud to be from Chattanooga and proud to want to showcase the city.
We're really good just as a population of being cheerleaders for things that we can tell our out-of-town friends are cool about our city.
We don't have our own National Football League team. We don't have our own Major League Baseball team, NBA. We don't have that type of fan support for anything like that.
The word Chattanooga is imprinted in 100 different places on the team, so people attach to it, and I think that's why they show up.
I mean, it really is as much about Chattanooga as it is about soccer.
We're very fortunate that our fans are extremely passionate, but even more so that they see this as Chattanooga's team. The world's sport, but our team.
The world has found out what it means to be Chattanooga strong.
Well, unfortunately, we lost. It was a 3-2 game. I'm sad for the boys because I know they really wanted it. They played their hearts out, and we as the hooligans wanted it, the city wanted it. I just could not be more proud of our city right now. They heeded the call, and they showed out, and they cheered their little hearts out too. So it makes me proud to be from Chattanooga right now.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more of the series, subscribe on YouTube to be notified when new stories are available. Thanks.